The war between Israel and Iran is now in its seventh day. This Thursday morning, new missile strikes from Iran hit the main hospital in southern Israel. Medical workers there in Be'er Sheva saying there's been extensive damage to the building, but no serious injuries. Other Iranian missiles hit a high-rise building and several other residential buildings in at least two sites near Tel Aviv, leaving at least 40 people hurt. Well, our senior reporter, Catherine Norris Trent, is at the hospital in Be'er Sheva now that was hit. She joins me live from there. Catherine, what more can you tell us about what happened?
Hello there, Jeannie. Yeah, I've just been for a walk around some of the hospital compound here at the Soroka Hospital in Be'er Sheva, in Southern Hospital, to see some of the damage. And one building, all the windows are completely blasted out. There's quite considerable damage to the walls. The structure of the building is damaged. Now, we're told by officials here that that building had actually been evacuated just the day before, so there weren't actually any people injured. And I was speaking off the record with someone from the Foreign Ministry here in Israel who said if they hadn't been evacuated and if lots of people had been inside during this strike this morning, he thinks the war could have taken a very different turn. So obviously a lot of concern about this here in Israel. This hospital is actually the biggest in the southern Negev desert in Israel, and patients here are now being airlifted to other places around the area. So we've had Israeli authorities calling this criminal and vowing to retaliate as well after these attacks. There was quite a big barrage of missiles that came over from Iran around 7 a.m. local time. Some of them clearly got through Israel's air defenses, the Iron Dome amongst them, and have hit targets here in the south, but also in areas near to Tel Aviv.
Catherine, there's also been a lot of talk about whether or not U.S. President Donald Trump will decide to join Israel in the fight against Iran. What are people there saying about all of that?
Yeah, we've been asking Israelis, we've been meeting what they feel about it. And honestly, the overwhelming sense we get from people we've been talking to is that they would really welcome Trump, America's participation. One man we spoke to said that he thought that Israel and America working together could, double up their power, and that it would be in both their interests. Israelis know that they need the U.S. bunker buster bombs if they really want to strike deep at Iran's nuclear program, especially at the Fordo site, which is under the mountains near Qom. And so they really are hoping that Trump, while he's weighing up this decision, will decide to act with Israel. A lot of them pretty optimistic that he will do, I have to say. So, a lot of support in Israel for these attacks on Iran. People telling us, even people who describe themselves as left-wing usually, pacifists, even people who are against the way the war in Gaza is being conducted, say that they support the attacks on Iran, they see it as existential, and they want America to join too.
Catherine, as you were saying earlier, Israel has vowed to retaliate on Iran after this strike at the hospital. Do we know any more about how that could evolve with the participation of the U.S. or without the participation of the U.S.?
We're waiting for details at this stage. We understand that obviously high-level Israeli officials are meeting to discuss next steps. They say that this war is far from over. Now, one person we have been hearing from this morning is Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Saar. He was down at site of one of the blasts at Holon, south of Tel Aviv. I was there a little bit earlier on where buildings had been blasted apart. And there he answered reporters' questions saying that he believed that Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, should be taken out, calling him, quote, a modern-day Hitler. So there you're seeing a widening of what we're hearing from Israeli officials into not only striking the nuclear program, but taking out the head of the Israeli regime. Now, a lot of people have been saying this off the record or privately, but to have such a high-profile Israeli minister saying that in front of the cameras, you can see how the escalation in terms of the rhetoric that the members of the Israeli government is using is ramping up as well.
Catherine, thank you for that. That's our senior reporter, Catherine Norris Trent.